Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So the Body Snatcher, Dillian Whyte, he's called on Tyson Fury and said, let's get it on. Let's fight. Now, this is what Dillian Whyte had to say. Come on, Tyson Fury, you stole my mandatory WBC world title shot. Fight me. Are you a king or a coward like Deontay Wilder? Let's fight. Eddie Hearn, I'm ready. So that is Dillian Whyte's statement. Now, as far as the mandatory position goes, he is correct. He was supposed to be the mandatory, but then he got royally screwed somewhere between the British Boxing Board of Control, UKAD, and the WBC. I've explained all this kind of situation before. When you look at it, when he beat Oscar Rivas, well, Wilder and Fury had already had a fight signed. So that fight was always going to happen anyway. But the problem was that there's going to be a third fight, a rematch between Wilder and Fury. But Dillian Whyte was due his world title shot in May. So that interfered with the third fight. WBC wouldn't have been happy about that. Hey presto, coincidence that Dillian Whyte has a adverse finding in his sample with UKAD? Was it coincidence? I don't know. Is it coincidence that the chairman of the British Boxing Board of Control is also a vice president for the WBC? Is it coincidence? Maybe it is a coincidence. Maybe. But did Tyson Fury steal it? Not really. I mean, Tyson Fury, he has nothing to do with it. I mean, does Tyson Fury care whether or not Dillian Whyte gets a world title shot? No, of course not. But in some ways, I understand with Dillian Whyte because at the end of the day, he was due the world title shot. He is the one who's done the final eliminators. He's the one who earned the world title shot. And he's been messed about for the past couple of years by the WBC. We can all agree on that one. This is not about whether or not you believe Dillian Whyte beats Tyson Fury or whether or not you believe Tyson Fury beats Dillian Whyte. This is about what's right. So Dillian Whyte is absolutely correct. Tyson Fury needs to fight him. He does need to fight him. Ain't nobody want to see a third fight between him and Deontay Wilder. We know who the better man is. Tyson Fury is the better man. Not just by a little bit, by a hellacious amount. So do the right thing. Now, unfortunately, Tyson Fury, he can't get out of this rematch with Deontay Wilder unless Wilder pulls out due to the contractual obligations, because it will be the similar situation, I'm presuming, that it was with Ruiz and Joshua, where if Tyson Fury says, Wilder, I ain't fighting you, not only will he be fined a hell of a lot of money, but he'll also be stripped of the WBC belt and he'll have to retire. These are the rules of a lot of rematch clauses. This is how it is. And especially when you have the backing of the WBC that Wilder has always had and he will have in this one. So there isn't too much that Tyson Fury can do. But did he steal the mandatory position? He physically didn't, but he could have turned around and said, well, I've already got a fight with Deontay Wilder lined up. This is for the rematch. Why do I need to be mandatory? I don't need mandatory. I'm already fighting him. So he could have done that. That would have been a decent thing to do. But ultimately, I want to see this fight. I want to see Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury. That's the fight I want to see. I am interested in no Wilder Fury Part 3. Don't get me wrong. I'll quite happily sit there and enjoy watching Tyson Fury dismantle him again and have a few more highlight reels of Wilder getting bounced up and down off the canvas. That's for sure. But Dillian Whyte, he's owed this world title shot. He's owed it. And I've heard people say, but he turned down a Joshua fight for 3 of the belts. So he had a world title opportunity. Again, it's not WBC. Those who say that, you're missing the point. I understand what it is that he's saying. Of course, it's a rematch. But the thing is that he wanted the WBC. He wants to get that WBC belt and then go fight Joshua for undisputed. It's a risky move. It's a very risky move, but he's always backed himself. So you have to give Dillian Whyte a hell of a lot of respect and a lot of credit as well. His resume is outstanding. And with a fight coming up against Povetkin, former Olympic gold medalist, with a resume that's, again, also outstanding. He's only got 2 losses on his resume, Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. Former WBA regular world heavyweight champion. People want to call him old. Okay, whatever. But he's younger than Luis Ortiz, so why was you giving Deontay Wilder credit for beating Luis Ortiz when he's older than Povetkin and never achieved anything compared to a Povetkin? But that's all separate issues. This one is Tyson Fury against Dillian Whyte. I want to see that fight. I know people want to see Fury Joshua. Of course, I want to see that too. Of course I do. whether it's for undisputed or whether it's not for undisputed. If Dillian Whyte fought Tyson Fury and beat Tyson Fury, I still want to see Fury and Joshua. Don't you? Of course you do. But importantly, this is about what's right. People can say I'm a Dillian Whyte fanboy. You can say whatever you like, but you're being an idiot when you say that, because you're overlooking the fact that this is right. It's right. He's owed a WBC World Heavyweight title fight. And straight after, because the new rules are now, because of Dillian Whyte getting screwed out of his mandatory position by the WBC, by potentially Charlie Giles, potentially, we don't know this for a fact, but he's owed his WBC World Heavyweight title shot. He's owed it. And now it's been moved from May, because they replaced Dillian Whyte with Tyson Fury as a mandatory when they didn't need to do that anyway. But now Dillian Whyte is due for his world title shot in February. First things first, he's got to get past Povetkin. You don't get past Povetkin, all of this is null and void. We know that. I mean, I'm presuming that Dillian Whyte, if he somehow slips up against Povetkin, let's not overlook Povetkin here. If he somehow slips up, hopefully there's a rematch clause in there, as he is voluntarily fighting him. There better be. If there ain't, Eddie Hearn, I'm coming for your neck. But the thing is, he's due in February. But around that time, is Eddie Hearn going to push for the undisputed fight? Because that will be Tyson Fury's only options. Or Deontay Wilder, if somehow Deontay Wilder gets past Fury in the third fight. The winner must go see Dillian Whyte. The only way around it is by seeing Anthony Joshua for undisputed. So it's Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua. And that's how it is. So anyway, I agree. I would love to see Dillian Whyte take on Tyson Fury. Absolutely love to see that fight. But will it happen? I don't know. I don't think Tyson Fury's afraid of him. We know that he's turned him down once before when he said, okay, fine, I'll fight Dillian Whyte, but you've got to put the WBC Diamond belt on the line. The WBC agreed to it, and then he went, nah, I ain't doing that, and went and fought Otto Wallen instead. Maybe he doesn't fancy with Dillian Whyte. We know about their history in sparring, but sparring is sparring, and it was a long time ago. But again, everything is subjective, everything is opinionated when it comes to who would win between Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury will be the favourite, that's for sure. Tyson Fury will be the favourite against anyone. Let's be honest right now. But anyway, for me, I want to see this fight. I really want to see this fight. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, the winner goes see Joshua. That's what I want to see. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all on the next video.